Okay, we have a problem with the lights on this EZGO TXT cart. This is actually a 2003 cart. This thing has turn signals. This one is actually street legal. It has a VIN number. It has everything here that's required in the state of California. Look, it even got a license plate light down there. What's not working is the right turn signal in the back. It's working in the front. Nothing in the back. So the first thing that we do is change the light bulb, or not change it. What we did was pull it out, make sure it was good. Then I swapped that left one, because I knew it was working, to the right side, and I swapped the one that wasn't working over there, and it's working. So that tells me the light bulb is good. So I got to find out why this one is not working. It's going to be in the wiring somewhere, loose connection, broken wire, something. And also, I just realized while I was messing around with this, the brake lights do not work on this cart. We're going to first of all try to figure out the problem with this right turn signal. You see those three wires coming through? A white one, a red one, and a brown one. Well, you can see the red and brown are going into the light socket. The white is grounded to the metal. You can't see it behind that reflector, but it is, there's a screw from that white wire to that metal, which is our common, which means one of those wires, either the red or the brown, is the turn signal wire. The other one is going to be our tail light wire. So we're going to find out, we're going to crawl underneath here and get our flashlight, and we're going to try to figure out which one of those wires is which. I actually have got a really cool professional troubleshooting kit I've put together, actually, with all kinds of things you need to troubleshoot. Here's a couple of things. These are just little 6-foot jumper wires that I put, they have banana plugs on them, and I just put clips on them. But this thing right here, this is gold. This is a heavy duty. I'm going to unroll this. It's going to pull this thing back right here. I'm going to hook the wire, then I'm going to tighten that, and there's a little prick in there that's going to prick the wire and make contact. Then I can hook one of my jumper wires to the end of this. And the other end of that jumper wire, let's say purple, I'm going to hook the purple wire to here, and then I'll hook the purple wire to the red positive probe on my meter. I'll put the meter on the DC setting, which is the voltage, the V with a straight line. The wavy one is AC, this is DC, non-pulsing. So I'm going to hook this on one of those wires under there. I'm going to hook this purple wire onto here, the other end onto the red probe. Then I'm going to take this brown wire, hook it to the negative probe on the tester, the voltage meter. And the other end of that brown wire, I'm going to go to a battery negative. That way, I should have a complete circuit to whichever wire I turn on over there. So I'll demonstrate this just a second. I'm under with a flashlight. This is the wiring harness. You can see it laying right on top of there, tie wrapped around the frame, that goes to this light. There is three, see the three wires, the brown, red, and white that we were talking about on the other side. Okay, they're clipped at different colors here. Looks like the brown wire is going to a blue wire in the harness. The red wire is going to yellow wire. White wire is going to, I think that's black. Anyway, the black is the common. So I'm going to hook my pinchy clamp to, I'll hook it to the blue one first. I've got the pinchy hooked to the blue wire. And as I said, the purple wire jumper I got hooked onto there, over to the positive probe. I've got my brown jumper wire going from the main negative to the negative of my meter. See, my meter shows nothing, 0 volts. So I'm going to turn the lights on right now and see if anything happens. So we're going to go up here, turn the key switch all the way. Lights are on now, you can see. Okay, see, we have 11.3 volts here now. We should have 12, but that's close enough. So what that tells me is that that blue wire is the tail light. See, it's lit up right here. It's tough to see, but you can see both sides are lit up. So that blue wire is the tail light. Okay, now by turning this off, go back there, we got 0 voltage. So now I'm going to put that pinchy on the other wire, the yellow wire, and turn the blinker on and see if we get anything on our meter. Okay, now I have the yellow thing, yellow pinchy on the yellow wire. Everything else is hooked up the same. No volts on the meter. Now we're going to put the right turn signal on. Works in the front. Does not work in the back. Look at the meter. It's flickering, not even a volt, but it's flickering. So there's something wrong on the wire here. It's restricting the juice to this wire back here. So we got to trace this yellow wire out and find out where the problem is. Very possible it could be in that actual bottom of that turn signal somewhere. Hopefully not inside the mechanism itself. Usually you can't fix those, you got to replace the entire thing. Looks like you guys are going to make me work for my money today. Okay, that yellow wire we're trying to follow from that passenger side tail light comes up in a harness. It goes underneath behind the batteries, underneath the seat, all the way over here. It goes down underneath the frame. It comes up, goes underneath the front, and dives into the back of the dash area. Of course, we've got a dash kit on this thing, which is going to make it even tougher. So I got to pull this dash kit off to try to get access to wherever the other end of this yellow wire is. Fortunately, this one's easy. There was a screw right there and a screw on the other side. And that was it. So that's loose. Let me pull the key out of here. That's loose. Now, you can see I'm pulling on it now. So see, once I put the camera down, I'll pull this thing off and show you what we have here. Oh, it's a tough one. The dash kit that's supposed to be pulling right off. I'll show you what they did. Underneath there, you see a little white label? This is the VIN ID sticker that they put on to make this street legal. Well, what they did was, before this dash tray was mounted, they had drilled holes from the top and riveted that on there. Well, that rivet goes all the way into the body, through this gasket into the body. So now I've got to take this tray off, and I've got to drill those rivets out to get this thing off. There's the two holes where the plate was drilled into the dash. So I pulled the plate off, put the tray off, pulled this kit back. Now, on a TXT, I don't know why they do it, they rivet the entire front console on. I forget how many rivets there are, but it is a pain in the ass because it wraps all the way down to there. So it's a big job if you ever have to unrivet that, which we're not going to do. But what I'm getting ready to do right now is pull open this key switch plate. So we got, there's these two little push pin things at the bottom. We're going to pull those out. This thing's going to pop out, and I'll be able to reach in there and look around at the wires that we can't seem to see anywhere else, okay? So I pushed those two push pins through the bottom of this key switch plate. Then I pulled this plate out so you can see. So you've got a little bit of access back in there, but it's all through this hole. This wiring harness right here runs down the passenger side of this cart. What I also had to do was pull out these cup holders that sits in here. I had to open that up to get down into there. That's that connector. You see that yellow wire on the right? That's our harness. You can see that black snake-like thing coming from the left wraps around, and those wires are in it. Well, that yellow wire is our turn signal wire going all the way to the back. Well, when it plugs into this nylon connector, that yellow wire now mates up with a black wire that is going to go to the turn signal. So now we've got to get in here, and I'm going to put my pinchy on that yellow wire right there and see if we're, when I turn it on, if we're getting any voltage there. If we're getting voltage there, that means that somewhere between this end of the yellow wire and the back end, we've got a break. But if I get nothing there, that tells me that I'm going to go to the black wire on the other side of the connector, do the same pinchy test, see what I get there, and work my way back up to that direction signal lever. So let me get my pinchy set up and see what we got. Okay, we're back. I got my pinchy. I just went straight to the black wire. I bypassed the connector. Got my pinchy set up there with my purple going over to my positive probe. Still got my brown going to the negative probe. I'm going to turn this on. We got nothing. When I turn this on, same thing, no voltage. So that sucks. That means the problem is going to be up inside this assembly itself. Okay, this project in this video turned out to be a lot longer than we anticipated. Remember down there, we were trying to follow this yellow wire back to the right turn signal. Well, on the other side of that connector where the yellow wire turned into the black wire that went up to the column, we were not getting any voltage on that black wire to feed the yellow wire, which means I would have had to replace this entire turn signal assembly because there's no reusable parts in there that you can replace. So let me tell you what I did instead. Okay, I followed all those wires coming down the column. I think there were 7 wires. They had a hot and a ground. Then they had a blue wire that went for the tail lights on each side. The yellow wire went to the turn signals on the passenger side. The white wire went to the turn signal on the driver's side. There's a red wire that went to the turn signal on the front driver's side, and that green wire went to the turn signal on the front passenger side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jumper my yellow wire onto the green wire here to make this thing work. So what I've done, I've already started this little fitting you see on that yellow wire with a black one coming out. Let me show you. So what I'm doing, that fitting is one of these. They call it, Scotch makes these, it's called an inline splice. You can see you can run 2 wires in there. You put them in there, you squeeze this, and that pinches down and comes flush, and then you wrap this over to cover the metal part. That's what I've done. You can see there, it's all closed up. So what I just did is I just added this black wire jumper onto that yellow wire. Now I'm going to turn around where my finger is and put this other connector on there. I'm going to loop this black wire into that connector. So we're bypassing that bogus, no good black wire on the left. So when I turn the signal on, it should energize our broken turn signal right there. I put that inline splice on the green wire. I looped this black wire into it. I squeezed it with my channel locks. Now I'm going to close it. You can hear it'll click when you close that cover. So now it's closed, see? So what you've got here is a jumper. I just jumpered this black wire from the yellow to the green. Now, live TV here. Let's see if this is going to work. So, left works, left works, right. Cool. Come on, baby. Ha ha! Yee-hoo! Hopefully this helps somebody trying to figure out or how to fix a wiring problem in the turn signals without having to replace the entire unit. So we're going to sign off now. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel if you want to watch more videos. Hit that bell down there so you'll get notifications. And also, I've been giving you the wrong email address. waynesgolfcartservice@gmail.com.